The most obvious story that wasn't a surprise to me, CM Punk signed to Raw. I didn't think that was going anywhere else, especially because we immediately got the moment. I've been waiting for this moment ever since Survivor Series ended, and I'm glad that I got to suffer through like 2.5 CM Punk WWE promos to get to Seth Rollins chewing this man out. Pause.
Yeah. So when I was looking after the show went off, it was saying that there weren't any producers for that segment.
I'm not surprised.
That's hard.
That's
hard, but that means a lot.
Yeah, well, because I mean, Seth was rapping.
It also means. So the thing when they came out, the thing I was worried about when I saw, first of all, when Seth came out, I said, "Oh, that we know that performance that he put on the first night was
a performance,
right?" But now that you say that, now that conversation is they sat and talked to each other. All right, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this. Now it don't got to be, high five, buddy. All right, let's go. Yeah. But also there's some sort of
work.
There's enough. The thing I was scared of, the one thing, because he's still wearing those clothes, right? So Seth's still wearing those clothes.
You don't like. I got.
No, you're not gonna talk to me crazy with that.
I got you and Cal them saying that same suit.
You gonna be mad if I burn it? No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't burn it
after you wear
it. With me in it?
No, you put that on the bottom of the sled. You use it as brakes. You pull it up. Perfect. You know what I'm saying? It don't got a whole lot because that material. It don't have a lot of friction. So it make it fast, but you brakes.
Yeah.
But so the problem with the Seth character, it's great with the and all that, but what we've been getting over the last few months is just kind of some like those things. Yeah. I was like, please don't let this nigga laugh, because if he come out and laugh, this would suck, right? But he came out and got the business.
It was business.
Thank God.
Yes, I always say that, and Seth is always going to be better as a heel. I think they're both going to kind of play that line here, but we went from the first promo, which I felt like Punk had the whole leash. Hunter was like, like he was like, don't you say nothing,
right?
Yeah.
Friday, which, listen, the nigga was out there with the pen on Friday night. The nigga went out there and gave everybody what they wanted Friday night, and it was like niggas like, okay, we can't keep him on a leash. Let him say a little something.
Yeah.
And then Monday they got to it.
Well, because they had to. Friday. I think you're right. Friday was probably the biggest. I believe that CM Punk is here for business. He didn't, and it was funny because if you watched that SmackDown promo Friday, I think you knew that Seth Rollins was going to be his guy. He had a couple of bars for Roman Reigns. He had a couple of things to say, but he had things to say, a list of things to say, and they were he said, "You a little punk, whatever." So I knew come Monday, especially when this happened and he signed on that dotted line, you knew that Seth was back. And like I said, I felt like Seth was rapping. So, and Seth wasn't on some I'm the best and I'm gonna beat your ass. He said, "This is my home. You talking that nonsense, but I remember what you were saying. I'm here to defend this because you're not gonna mess up what's going on around here." I mean, again, I think like you're saying, fam, I think that it feels like there are they have a working relationship going on, but it's good to see that Punk is willing to be like, bet, if that's the case, to be like, bet, say what you want to say, because you notice after all that happened, Punk was like, "Oh, that's it. Yeah. This is all you had to say."
Yeah,
it was. I really liked that segment. I liked it so much that it kind of, it's not Attitude Era-y, but I do feel like once that segment was over, like having that at 9:00 on Raw, the rest of Raw kind of felt like, I don't know if it was over.
Like, I'm out of this bitch. I'm out of here.
Shouts to Phil Ruckus for real. Nah, but I mean, and then Punk's also said the big thing was what? I'm entering Royal Rumble. I'm main eventing WrestleMania.
It's some niggas in this Royal Rumble.
There's a lot of niggas in this Royal Rumble.
It's some niggas. It's 8 niggas. It's probably 8 niggas that can win.
That's what makes it so wonderful. You don't know who the fuck gonna win.
I don't know if we've ever been here.
Never. Well, what was it? 4. It was 4 last year, right? When you
it's
like,
always 4. It's always 4.
It's always like 4, yeah.
You know what I mean? What I don't think Gunther has a check. Now, Gunther is one of the guys that could
eventually, right?
He could win, yeah.
But
you still don't think he's one of the guys? Is he not one of your 8? Or not saying you have
one of the 8. No, he's one of.
Think he's one of the 8?
Yeah. He's one of the guys.
Okay.
But it's a legit they finally begun to understand that you can't have to build a heavyweight championship division without everything doesn't have to revolve around that heavyweight champion. But there are at least between it's like between 6 and 8 niggas that can legitimately vie for that title now that we got on the, you know what I'm saying? Since we have a champion that doesn't wrestle, right? The real champion don't wrestle. So
yeah.
That being the case, you have to be able to set a scene where you've got guys that you hold up in a big esteem, because that's still the Super Intercontinental Champion. To be honest, let's keep it a buck.
Big facts. I'm sorry,
but they're doing a great job at building a scene that once whatever the next thing for Roman is, they can pull that guy down, and you have this row of guys that are believable. And I think that's the best thing they've done over the last few months, and I think that's really dope.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens, because I don't think I'm assuming. I guess the other question would be, which if CM Punk does win this Rumble and main events Mania, night 1 or night 2, what y'all thinking?
Roman's night 2.
Yeah, Roman.
Unless he gonna win.
Unless Punk's beating Rollins.
No.
Unless Roman's gonna win.
Yeah, Roman's night 2 unless he's going to win.
You don't think it's a chance for him to win if he's night 2? You don't think he's winning if he's shit?
It's not what the people do. That's you supposed to leave Mania feeling great, feeling good.
You didn't feel great last year.
Yeah,
I felt amazing.
So did I.
I felt amazing.
I didn't feel anything.
No, I love it. I love it. It'll be. I will say, it'll be interesting no matter what. I don't want to say things feel predictable, but I do feel like they're doing what they're doing what CM Punk would be doing. Of course, CM Punk would return to WWE 10 years after he left at the pay-per-view in the situation where he's declaring that he's trying to find it, because he's never had the main event for WrestleMania. So, that's the other reason why I think it's going to happen, because I feel like that Saturday night.
I don't think so.
You don't think he's going to win the Royal Rumble?
No.
Why?
So quick question. Who you think is winning, cuz? Right now, we a month out.
If I had to pick with money, I could see Punk.
You see Punk?
Yeah.
I put $3 on CM Punk winning right now.
You got Punk winning as well?
The Rumble, yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea. For some reason, I don't think.
I think that's smart. I think there's a lot of we're talking 30 individuals from both brands. There's a lot of depth on both of those sides if you want to talk about people who could win.
But you're talking 30, but you're talking about
15.
But 16, I mean 8, whatever the situation is. I think that's still a good amount of people that it cannot be Punk if they want it to be.
So this is my second question. So you both feel that Seth Rollins makes it to WrestleMania with the title?
I hope so.
he may lose it and get it back, but I think I'm assuming if CM Punk is winning that Royal Rumble, his main event person is going to be a champion in
But
Seth Rollins.
you don't see them facing off with. You don't see them facing off prior to WrestleMania.
Maybe that's a lot of money.
So what's
that's a lot. I don't.
What's between the two? Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber. Is it? What's? It's not Backlash. Is there another one before?
No, I don't think it's one before.
It's Rumble. Rumble, then Elimination Chambers. Usually, it used to be the Fixer, and then it was Mania.
Yeah. Okay. So we got 2 pay-per-views.
He just got realistically. He just has to.
Yes, he's fine. Then I think if it's just 2 pay-per-views,
you think
he's fine. Yeah, I think he is.
So it's no cash in, no nothing.
Cash in.
I think we get a fail cash in because Damian Priest shouldn't.
They
win either of those titles.
There's also so much going on with the Judgment Day. It feels like it may be too much to add.
He about to go get Lil Poppy title back, ain't he?
No, not for the case. Not with
he
the
about
case.
to double back. He about
for
to
the, with the case.
Double back with the
I'm
case
upset.
is crazy.
I'm upset that he double back with the case. So backstage, shout out to backstage.
Wait, he said Jey Uso as what?
He's saying Jey Uso
to win the Rumble.
I think he's one of the 8 guys that could. The problem is, I feel like at Mania we should get Uso versus Uso, which means neither one of them should win. Should win, but that's just me.
So that goes at the Rumble. So that starts at the Rumble.
Yes, I would assume.
Well, it's already started, but
correct.
They just got to pick it back up. But yeah, I could see Jey Uso. I mean, I don't know how much we even can talk about it, but Yeet is back.
Shout out to Yeet.
Yeet, yeah, we mentioned it last week.
For years.
He was Yeetless last week. He was Yeetless.
Last week we were Yeetless, but
you ain't had no Yeets. You were Yeetless before.
Yeah, no Yeet. He was no Yeet last week, but we're all Yeet this week. He at the very
big Yeet.
It's available in the shops. I don't.
Yeah,
nothing's been said.
You go home without no yeast and you start making bad phone calls.
Hey, I know it's 3:30, but you got any yeets?
That's that.
I think one yeet.
Real quick. Well, you could put the baby in the. You could put the baby
Yo, a yeet erection is crazy, yo.
That's not the name of the episode.
Yeah.
God damn, no, yeah. But no, shouts out to Jay. I mean, we were yeetless for a week.
Stop playing with all these gangs, man. That's a lot of blue, niggas.
That's a lot of blue.
They gotta stop playing with these.
That's
they
a
already
lot
fooling with
blue.
the Grape Street. These niggas got rags out their pocket.
He be talking that talk. I don't know, man. Shouts to him. No, shouts to him for real.
Yeetle-mania.
Jey Uso winning the Rumble though. I could see it. I could see this.
Fetch. It's not.
I could see.
What's the percentage of him winning the Rumble? 15. You got Punk at 90.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, and that's kind of the issue. Is Punk? Jey Uso is probably more at like a 65-ish, maybe a little lower, before Punk. But now I think once Punk enters the Rumble, a lot of people's numbers have their percentages start go down because it's just the story's right there.
But Cody isn't above Punk.
I think I don't want to call Cody an anomaly, but I think if Punk wins and his main event is going to be Seth Rollins, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do with Roman Reigns, and that could just be and they've done a very good job of establishing Cody Rhodes being on SmackDown whenever he wants. Was he on last week? I feel like he's over there every other week at least.
Whenever he wants.
That's just a walk across to the other brand and having a conversation with Paul Heyman to start that back up again if they want.
Oh, the OG Paul Heyman guy?
The OG,
The OG.
the wise man.
He made the term up, Paul Heyman guy, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, how about that? I will say though, a lot of that interplay is interesting. I mean, I don't know how people feel about the what did Punk say to Kofi? Jamaican me crazy.
He's out. I don't do that anymore. I love, yeah, because it was. We love wrestling, right? We love like seeing Seth.
I love wrestling.
Because if I love wrestling and you love wrestling,
you love wrestling.
Sorry.
Right. Well, you see them niggas. You see Seth and Punk in the ring, and we love that part of it, right?
Yeah.
You know what I used to love? Seeing it come out. He get to the top of the ramp. He hold his little towel up, and then he come to the side and he say something to the camera, right? Remember when Roman was becoming Roman, and it might have been still pandemic, and the nigga was working out and talking crazy.
Oh, he was talking
Yes.
cash shit.
Cash shit.
On the bike.
Yes. I loved it.
That stuff is the same stuff as not your traditional promo. But let's put Punk in a bunch of matches that are GTA missions. You know what I'm saying? But not necessarily this big story. We already have a great deal of big stories going on. Punk's there. Put him in a ring with a bunch of guys that are gonna make him look great. Kofi Kingston is perfect. Like, you know what I'm saying? Use that. Oh, I don't really go by that no more. Oh man, stop acting like that. You stop acting like you go in the ring, because you use some of your TV to do long time long-term stories, and then you got to tell a bunch of short-term stories. But actually put that Chris Brown, because here's the thing, is there is a lot of AEW stink on Punk.
That's correct.
The
Facts.
WWE loyalists can't shake.
Facts.
You got to put him on that TV, and he's got to get in that ring, and you've got to feel great about that last 15 minutes or 10
yes,
minutes.
indeed.
And you do that by putting him in matches with guys who can have great matches, and you don't need to tell us great story every week.
You know what's funny?
What I'm saying?
You know what's funny about all this though? His first match back, and this is such a testament to the system, is going to be against Dirty Dom Mysterio.
Just crazy.
On December 3rd. But think about it.
Most improved pro wrestler of all time.
If anybody is a perfect testament to how the WWE system works, a year ago, there's a lot of people say they don't want to see Dom Mysterio wrestle right now. It was many more people saying that a year ago. And now, if you look at the TV, JD McDonough is Dom Mysterio's understudy. He's showing up to the match with him, and Dom is showing him, all right, then you got to go over there and do this, and CM Punk may need that.
Now, Dominic Mysterio, and with Cuz saying that, I can't disagree.
It's facts.
I can't disagree with the nigga at all.
We saw that nigga coming to the goddamn with his father, and he ain't had no shirt on, and then they was like, please put a shirt on. And then he got in the ring and he was like, please take it, daddy. And now, and I think there are so many matches that are ready-made for Mania that can happen this year.
Right.
Dom and Dad is pull the trigger.
Yeah, that needs to happen.
Can we have that conversation? I know we didn't plan on having that conversation.
My assumption has been that that's going to be the case, and I think there's like little things, like when remember when shouts to Wesley, hope you recovering well.
Shout out to
when Dom came out and they were announcing who was going to be his opponent for Deadline, it was Ray up on the screen that said it's going to be Dragon Lee. So I think and during those they were having that conversation on Saturday night during the match. So I think the C's are there. I don't know if they're planning on doing that because Ray's legit still injured. I don't know what his timeline is, but I feel like that should be next up. I think Dom Ray 2, with all that Dom has learned over the last year, can make a hell of an amazing return match at Mania. I'm for it, but I assume that was already what was going to be happening.